Now, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the 15 signs a man is falling in love with you, which will provide an answer to the question, what are the signs that he's falling in love with you? And when you watch to the end, you're going to be able to identify these signs. My name is Stephen Biko, and on this channel I share knowledge that can be applied in any area of your life. Whether you come here for relationship advice, or because you enjoy the general ways of thinking that this channel promotes, you can use this knowledge to achieve anything you want this year. Dear lady, there are so many signs that a man is falling in love with you. Well, this is great news. It is also important to note that the signs that cannot always be there. And this means that you may not be as crazy as for you as you may have wished. For starters, a man who is falling in love with you exhibits different body language. A man who is falling in love with you can tell by his actions that he is. However, a man can show love for you in a number of covert ways, but this is where the difficulty lies. Despite this, many women are unaware of the warning signs. They do not know to interpret when they do appear. The additional psychological indication that a man is falling in love, in addition to the physical ones, these are what you will learn by the time you're done watching this video. By the time that you're done with this, you should be able to successfully identify the signs a man is falling in love with you. This is one question that may not be quite easy to answer because of the multifacetedness of the answer you will try to give it. How do you know a man is falling in love with you? Is it because of how he treats you, what he does for you, or how he lets you be yourself around him? However, the major question we seek to answer right now is a question that things that make a man to fall in love with you. Number one is fulfillment. Research has shown that men tend to fall in love with people who somehow meet the need of their lives. This is one of the fastest reasons why a man will fall in love with a woman if there is a major need in his life that she meets consistently. Number two is mystery. Have you ever met a man who keeps going after a woman who he shouldn't be by any means? Men are wired to go after women or partners who they find mysterious. Something about a man's love interest should excite and interest a man. Number three is requited feelings. Nothing is more frustrating than going off on signals or another person who is willing to be in a relationship with you or is fall in love with. This is why most times men fall in love with women who have shown that their feelings aren't one-sided and who are ready to be in a committed relationship with them as well. Number four is similarity. Is he falling in love? If you're asking this question, you may want to find out if there are similarities between both of you. Do you hold the same values? Do you have similar goals and objectives and life vision? If this is the case, he may just end up falling in love with you. There are so many signs a man is falling in love with a woman. First of all, his behavior towards her changes. The way he speaks to her is affected, but also the way he reacts to her becomes better and more strategic. When a man is in love with you, his thoughts and action become magnetized towards you. So, these are some of the signs that a man is in love with you. When a man is in love with you, you begin to notice this. One, he begins to talk about the future with you. There is one of the early signs that is falling in love with you. When a man is only interested in you because the sex or the desire to have fun, he makes many moves, does all that he can to take you to bed, but will hardly talk about his future plans with you. When a man begins to discuss his future plans with you, especially delicate future plans, and even finds a way to include you in those plans, that's how to tell that he's in love with you. Secondly, your needs come first. Research has proven that on average, men tend to be more selfish than women. This research has backed up by the amounts of money that women donate to charity cases as opposed to amounts of men that men donate. While this may be generally true, it ceases to be the case for a man falling in love. When a man is in love, he places the needs of his love interest before his needs. He allows you to make a pick of the things that matter, like where you locate to, the perfect spot for dinner date, even if he hates that restaurant. And he may even sacrifice his comfort to make you happy. Third, he is happy when you are happy. In addition to being selfish, one of the signs that a man is in love is that your happiness makes him happy. When he sees you smile, he becomes delighted, and this makes him to go out of his way to do things that keep you happy. Fourth, you begin to fall in love with. Well, this may not always be a worthy treat to love, because feelings can always be one-sided. One of the signs someone is falling in love with you is the fact that you may also be developing feelings for him as well. Humans have a way of spotting genuine emotions and returning them to their source. If you feel yourself beginning to develop feelings for him, you may want to work more closely at what you are feeling. The fourth aspect, you are beginning to fall in love with him. Well, this may not always be a worthy treat. A worthy teach of love, because feelings can always be one-sided. One of the signs someone is falling in love with you is the fact that you may also be developing feelings for him as well. Humans have a way to spotting genuine emotions and returning them to their source. If you feel yourself beginning to develop feelings for him, you may want to look more closely at what you're feeling. The fifth aspect, he has become more comfortable around you. Cast your mind back to the beginning of the relationship and think about how this meticulously he used to be. Can you recall how he used to be interested in cleaning up after himself, taking out the dishes to the dishwasher and taking off his shoes before stepping onto the floor, to the carpet? If he has suddenly become more comfortable around you and probably doesn't do all these things again, it could be a sign that something is beginning to grow you up with him, and he is no longer interested in keeping up the impression as he used to be. One of these signs that a man is falling in love is the use of language. If he still sees you as just a friend or anything less, he will speak about himself more than he speaks about you as a team. This may not be because he is a bad person, but because he is yet to see you as part of his future. However, when this begins to change, you will start hearing him using more of we than I. It isn't unusual because strong-knitted couples tend to see themselves as part of a unit and not just individuals who are up against the world. The seventh aspect, he is putting much more effort into the relationship. When a guy falls in love and is ready to make the relationship to work, one of the first things that you'll notice is that he begins to commit more time and resources, not just to you, but to the relationship as well. This is backed up by scientific research where it is posited that people are more likely to commit to a relationship when they are satisfied with their partner or believe that their partner is the best choice for them. If a man feels that this way is about you and the relationship, it is only natural that he will begin to commit more to the relationship. The eighth aspect, he looks at life from the bright side. One of the signs a man is falling in love is that he suddenly becomes a huge beam of sunshine. Even on the darkest days, you will find out that love is one of the most powerful optimistic forces in life. Because even if he used to be unnecessarily grumpy, at first he starts becoming less grumpy as these emotions get stronger hold on him. This is also backed up with the science of the recent survey that reveals that being a fulfilled and committed relationship helps young people to reduce the levels of neuroticism and cynicism, generally becoming better people to be around. The ninth aspect is taking extra care of the gentleman around you. So, here's the thing. A guy will make himself uncomfortable to please and satisfy you if he doesn't seek to pursue a committed relationship with you. However, one of the signs that a man is falling in love with you is that he does his best to leave a good impression on you every time you meet.
So he goes out of his ways to say the right things, look at the perfect way, and also treat you like a queen who you are, simply because he has feelings for you. The 10th aspect, he's present every time you want to talk to him. One thing that may be a bit too hard for guys to do is to be present every time you are trying to hold a conversation with them. If that topic is something that holds minimal interest to them, you may even watch them zone out on it. One sign that a man is falling in love with you is that he pays attention every time you say, regardless of how ridiculous the sound or how boring the topic may be. This is not just because he wants to impress you, but because he understands the value of these tiny conversations and that will give anything to keep them going. The 11th aspect, he makes out time to talk to you. There's a popular saying that everyone is busy until there is something or someone who they truly care about. This is no exemption. Another sign has it on you is that he makes time to talk to you and also to be with you. If you see him going out of his ways to communicate with you, he calls you regardless of his busy schedule at work, shoots a quick text in between meetings, or just makes out time to hear from you, those are the clear signs that he may want more than just a casual fling. The 12th aspect, the sex has gone beyond just being a physical activity. How does it feel when he takes you to bed? Does it feel like it's just a mad race to the fast lane, or does it feel like he takes his time with you? One sign that a man is falling in love is that the physical activity begins to feel more intense. It's no longer about getting it off, but an activity geared towards establishing a deep emotional connection with you, as opposed to just having sex. He wants to make love with you. And this is a point where he becomes more aware of your physical needs and will do anything to meet them in bed. The 13th aspect, he is no longer afraid of eye contact. One of the quickest ways to know when we are interested in you, pursuing something serious with you, is to look out for the frequency and the quality of our non-verbal communication. The cues like making deep, meaningful eye contact can subtly let you know on what we truly feel. Mere eye contact is not enough. If he makes this contact, when having serious conversation or during sex, when we are vulnerable, it will be a sign that we have opened our heart up to you. 14th aspect, our attention is constantly on you. Walk in a room full of people and he will somehow find out and gravitate towards you. If this attention always fixed on you, that is a clear sign that a man is falling in love with you. 15th aspect, you have met the important people in his life. One sign that a man is falling in love with you is that he's not ashamed to letting you meet the people that matter to him. While this may not be official meetings, you can't deny that they have happened and that they mean something important. So take stock of the stakeholders of this life that you have met, and have you met his parents, his siblings, and other close friends? That will be a way to telling you that he sees himself committing something bigger with you. So take stock of the stakeholders of his life that you have met. Have you met his parents, his siblings, and other close friends? They may be his way of telling you that he sees himself committed to something bigger with you. So how do you tell if a guy is slowly falling for you? Happy couple on a date. How do you know a man loves you? The answer is simple. Take a look at the 15 signs we have discussed in the last section of this video and be objective with yourself. Do you see these signs? Then again, you may want to consider talking to him and asking him to define exactly what he feels for you. This way you eliminate ambiguity and avoid getting the heartbreaks from misconstrued signs. Finally, being able to spot the sign that a man is falling in love with you is an important skill that you must get as a woman who wants a long and steady relationship. This is because when you have this, you can see the man for what they truly feel and run away from the people who will just want to take advantage of you. When you spot these signs, Communication will further help you to define what he feels and prepare you for the next steps. So don't take these signs as an ultimate proof of a man's love for you, but also need to watch the video how to tell if a married man is using you. Until next time, have a good one and see you in the next one.